Hello guys, and welcome back to another cold episode. On today's episode, we are talking once again about the theme Chronicle and more top decks for you. Starting off here with Plunder Patrol, which is honestly fairly free to play. Okay, I'm lying to you. But it's a very fun deck to say the least. Plunder Patrol is a favorite of mine, at least to play, especially in these lower power formats. It's very fun, it's very rewarding, and that's basically it. Let's go into the analysis and the card by card, starting off with the explanation of what the deck does. Basically, it utilizes things like Redbeard, Whitebeard, and Blackbeard to tag out into the various other extra deck monsters, utilizing the monsters that the opponent controls or has in their graveyard and the attributes upon them with which to tag out. So if your opponent has a Effect Veiler in the graveyard, you can tag out into Liss, which is the light fusion type monster, utilizing all of these effects on the opponent's turn. Make sense? Except for Blackbeard. Blackbeard can be used on either player's turn. Cool. All of this is basically in service of summoning out these guys. You can also summon them legitimately, utilizing the tuners and non-tuners, as well as just link summoning, right? And then, of course, you can cheat them out as well. So let's do the card by card. Starting off here with the Plunder Patrols, we're going to start with Whitebeard. Whitebeard, when it is sent to the graveyard from hand or monster zone, you are able to activate its effect in order to special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from your deck, locking you into Plunder Patrols. Now, it and Redbeard have the same effect, where on the field during the opponent's turn, you can tag out, basically, you special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from the extra deck with the same attribute as a monster your opponent controls or is in their graveyard, and then equip this card you control to it. Pretty nice. Now, Redbeard also, if it's sent to the graveyard, can equip itself to a Plunder Patrol monster, so there's that. And all of them have the same stipulation where they have to be sent from Monster Zone or the hand, not from the Spell and Trap Zone, because, again, they do equip themselves, and that's kind of to forego any shenanigans with that. Next up, we have a Bluebeard, which can special summon itself from the hand if you control another Plunder Patrol monster, and if this card is sent to the graveyard, you can discard one and then draw one. Pretty decent, but not insane. Then we have Golden Hair, where you can send a Plunder Patrol monster from your hand or face up field to the grave to special summon this card, and then if this card is in your graveyard, you can discard a card to special summon this card, and then you cannot special summon for the rest of this turn except for Plunder Patrols. So this one and this one have locks, as well as Black Eyes. Black Eyes, you can target a Plunder Patrol in the grave, special summon this card, and add back that monster. Then you are locked into Plunder Patrols. Also, if it's sent to the graveyard, you can special summon a Plunder Patrol monster in your spell and trap card zone into face-up defense position. So there's that. We're maxing out on all of them because they are very important, because basically you need them to go into Blackbeard. You just need two monsters, including a Plunder Patrol monster, as well as all of these other guys are also allowing you to go into your extra deck, which is very nice. As for the rest of the monsters, or the rest of the cards, we're playing lots of hand traps. We are playing one Effect Veiler, triple Maxi, triple Ash Blossom, and a Ghost Spell, as well as two Infib. Pretty decent, about 10. And then we're also playing ourselves two Forbidden Droplets. We're playing 3 Triple Tactics and a Harpy's Feather Duster. Then for additional engine pieces or additional help for the deck, we're playing the 1 Pot of Desires, as well as 2 Called By and a Crossout. Then we have ourselves 3 Ship Yard, which is a very, very important field spell, because each Plunder Patrol monster, or Plunder Patrol monsters, gain 500 attack for each Plunder Patrol in your spell and trap card zone, including this card. Which is very, very nice, because it boosts all of your monsters to quite a significant margin, which you will probably see. You could also discard to add a Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand, and if this card is in the graveyard, you can bounce, you can return a target to the hand and set this card from your spell and trap card, or bounce a card from your spell and trap card zone. Pretty nice. It allows you to put a Redbeard or a Whitebeard or something like that back into your hand. Then we have 2 Booty. Booty is a trap card. You can declare an attribute, target a face-up monster your opponent controls. It becomes that attribute until the end of the turn, which means you can change the attribute your opponent controls, which then you can tag out into that attribute that you want. And then on top of that, you can add special summon a Plunder Patrol monster from your grave. Then, of course, we're playing the 2 Infib as well. As for the extra deck, we are playing 3 apiece of Liss, Bran, and Blackbeard, and only 2 apiece of Yord and Moark. We'll get into those in a second. And then we're also playing 1 Dagesso Emerald and 1 Avermax, because they're funny. They're not really doing anything, but they're funny, so there's that. Liss is pretty nice. It special summons during the main phase from your hand or face-up spell trap card zone. Then you can also discard, or you can also negate a monster effect by just discarding a Plunder Patrol card. All of them have the effect. They have to discard a card in order to activate their effect, and they are able to search something if they are equipped. That's not it. They are able to. Liss is able to search something if it hasn't equipped. The rest of them are able to utilize it at quick effect speed. Or I should say these two are able to utilize them at quick effect speed if they are equipped. Yord does something different. Next up, we have Bran, which is able to banish a spell trap the opponent controls by discarding a Plunder Patrol, and all other Fiend monsters gain 500 attack. That's it. It's just banish the spell trap. However, if it does banish, you are able to add a monster from your deck to your hand. And Morik adds the opposite. So it banishes a monster, or specifically an effect monster, and then it adds a spell trap. And then again, it's a quick effect if it is equipped with a plunder. Then if a Plunder Patrol card you can detach would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can detach a material from this card instead. Not really going to come up because most of the time you're not making it with materials. Then we have Blackbeard. Blackbeard is very nice. You can tag out into any of these monsters by utilizing the effects similar to these guys, and then it also draws a card, unlike these guys. And you can also target any of your Plunder Patrol monsters, or just any monster, I believe. Target an effect monster. There you go. That's it. However, this can be ashed, as well as all of these. The Bran, the Morik. I think even Liss can be ashed. The negate of Liss can be ashed. So do keep that in mind. Ash kind of destroys this deck. Then we have Yord. Yord is really, really cool. If your opponent special summons a monster, you can add a Plunder Patrol card from your deck to your hand. Then if it's equipped with a Plunder Patrol card, you can special summon a Plunder Patrol from your deck. You can target a Plunder Patrol monster, or a Plunder Patrol card in your grave, add it to your hand, and if you do, you can place this card in your Pendulum Zone. So basically what this means is if your opponent does a thing, you are able to then special summon a monster, or more specifically add a card to your hand, then special summon a monster. But you can also, during your turn, if you make Yord, you can go activate the effect, put it back into the grave, and add back one of the materials, like for example a golden hair or a whitebeard or something like that. Then the pendulum effect is you declare an attribute, return this card to the extra deck, and then special summon an attribute on or a token on both sides of the field of that declared attribute. That's level 4 as well, which is very nice because you can potentially call like a light, and then you can go into a Blackbeard, and then Blackbeard can go from there into a Liss, which is very, very nice. So that's it for the deck. Let's hop into the replays and show you how this deck performed. Alright, so here we are going second, and we drew no hand traps, so let's see what we can do. My opponent has 13 cards, which is very fun, in their extra. Anyway, out comes Prisma. Prisma is going to activate to reveal Gate Guardian combined. Not really too surprising. They're going to send the Khazajin. Activate the Ghoul Shadow in order to grab up the Labyrinth Wall Shadow. And now, notably, while having target protection is pretty good against this deck, it's not really going to matter all that much, and you'll see why. Anyway, they're going to go for the Heavy Tank Normal Summon and add the Suijin and the Sangha, and out comes the Gate Guardian combined into IP Masquerena. Sure. Anyway, there's not really a whole lot that I can do, and you'll see why in a second. Yeah, so this is actually going to be a pretty slow play, but we're going to fire off our field spell, pitch the card, grab up the Whitebeard, normal summon Redbeard, set 1, and pass. That's it. I don't need to activate anything. Oh, sorry, I go actually to the battle phase and then go to main phase 2. Yeah, I forgot this card basically says, hey, normal summons can't attack. So I was like, okay. Well, it's not really that big of a deal. I don't really care about the IP Masquerena. It's whatever. And they don't activate it, obviously. Anyway, out comes Sangha. They're going to normal summon Maxi, to which I'm going to go, oh, thank you. Now, here's the thing. They already had it in Earth and Grave, but now we can go Yord. Yord is really, really fantastic, because of course they're going to go into Nightmare Unicorn. They're going to activate the effect of the Unicorn. They're going to pitch the Effect Veiler, which is actually very nice for me. It puts a light in the graveyard, so there's that. But they already had Prisma, not really that big of a deal. Anyway, Yord is going to activate its effect, and we are going to, first of all, add a card to the hand. I grab Bluebeard. We already have all of the cards that we need, and we're going to special summon out the Whitebeard. Whitebeard hasn't activated its effect, so that's why we go for this one. We're going to activate the Whitebeard in order to tag out into Liss. I should have put this in attack position. Not really that big of a deal, though. Anyway, now I'm going to activate the Booty, targeting the combined. This is a bit silly for me. I should have actually targeted the Unicorn, because then they would have negated. I would have negated, well, you'll see. I'm going to negate here with Liss to negate and destroy. And then I still would have been able to change the attribute and reborn a monster. So a bit of a misplay on my part. Granted, that is if they were willing to actually activate the effect of the combined there, but oh well. Anyway, we're going to activate our Whitebeard. We are going to activate its, or special summon it from the deck, the Golden Hair, and then my opponent is going to special summon out the Thunder and Wind. Now, they can't attack with the Unicorn, notably because it doesn't have a level over 5, because it doesn't have a level. So I can't attack the turn that it was summoned. So there you go. They're going to grab Riryu Koki Guardian, which is very funny, because it's just going to half my life points. That's all it does. Anyway, they're also now going to add back the Suijin from the Banish Zone. That's it. Then they're going to just immediately link off into Avramax. Sure, Avramax isn't doing anything here. And it's going to be very funny how I end up taking out the Avramax. Anyway, we draw Imperm for turn. Not really going to do anything. Here we're going to special summon out the Whitebeard, then special summon the Bluebeard, then activate the Black Eyes in order to add back the Whitebeard again. Here we're going to... we go into Bran here for the Synchro Summon, activate the Blackbeard as well as the Whitebeard, or sorry, Redbeard and the Whitebeard. And we're going to special summon from the deck another tuner, that being Golden Hair. Here we can go for the Bran effect. We're going to pitch our field spell since we don't need it, and just deal with the Labyrinth Wall Shadow. I don't really need it to be on the field, and add the Bluebeard to our hand. Here we're going to go for Blackbeard, and we're going to activate its effect. We didn't activate either of these two effects. They're not really all that great right now, and I'd rather have additional cards in my spell and trap card zone. So there's that. We go for the Yord, just because I can, really. And then I switch everything to attack position. Normal summon the Whitebeard, and yeah, it's 3,500 attack point monster. It's getting 500 from Bran, and 1,500 from all of the 3 set cards. That is 2,000 additional attack points, and I already had 1,500, and I normal summoned it. Cool, good game. Avramax is obviously going to activate, to which I will negate, and yeah, the game is well and truly over. Good game. Very funny. So yeah, attacking with Bran, and yeah, very high attack stats, that's all I'm going to say. Alright, here we are once again, or this time going first, and well, lots of hand traps, but I can't really do anything with them, so I'm actually just going to set to normal summon the Whitebeard and pass. My opponent is going... Oh, my opponent also allowed me to go first, so they're probably on some sort of OTK strategy, and it's Lunalight, so yeah, not really too surprising. They're going to activate the Black Sheep, add up the Polymerization to their hand, then they're going to activate the Lunalight Perfume, to which I will chain Maxi, because, of course, you know, Maxi, it's a fun card. Have you read it? Yeah, I don't know why they keep this legal, but they do. Anyway, I draw Ghost Spell, which is funny, to say the least. They're going to banish in order to... they're going to banish this card in order to add a Lunalight, and I'm like, I don't really want them to add a Lunalight. That seems like the best Ash for me. I know that they have, like, Lunalight Fusion or something like that, but it's not going to do anything, because I just have a Whitebeard on my field. I don't have an extra deck monster, so whatever. They're going to go for the Panther Dancer, and I'm silly. I should have negated this, right? Because this is a really weirdly worded card. It doesn't change its name like something like Prisma would. It's just the name of this card is treated as the scent material if it would be used as fusion material, I believe. So it's not actually the name of the card, it's just it can be used as that name. It's very weird, and Kaleido Chick is a horribly worded card, I think. But alas, I imperm and I'm like, haha, you can't... Wait a second, I'm stupid. I didn't read the card. So, my bad. This imperm literally doesn't do anything, though. Because they're not going to be targetable anyway. So, it's whatever. I also draw into another Whitebeard, which is very funny. They're going to go and chain a whole bunch of things, which are, yeah, I guess, you know, Yellow Martin, add a card, add the Lunalight Fusion, sure. Again, it's not doing anything because I don't have... I guess they could have used it, but they're not going to. They're going to add the Polymerization to their hand. They're going to go to the battle phase. They're going to walk over my Whitebeard. Then I'm going to activate the Whitebeard effect in order to special summon a Golden Hair, just so that I can get it into the grave. And then, of course, it goes to the grave. Anyway, pass. Cool. Again, I can't target, so Booty's not doing anything. And I draw a Droplet, which is probably the best draw it could have been. Anyway, we're going to go for the Golden Hair here, pitching the Whitebeard. Whitebeard effect is going to special summon the Bluebeard, and then we're going to link off into our... Oh, sorry. I synchro into Yord. Here we go for the Bluebeard here, just pitching the Ghost Bell because it's not doing anything, and I draw into another Maxi. Fun! Hooray! Anyway, add back the Whitebeard, and then go into the light tokens. So here's a light token for you, here's a light token for me. I'm going to link off then into the Blackbeard, and we are going to activate the effect of Blackbeard in order to grab up Liss. I put it into attack position, and then we can activate the Booty and special summon another guy from our grave. I'm going to go to the battle phase and just walk up the token, even though I don't know if that's necessarily the correct option, but it's fine. We also drew Imperm off of the Blackbeard. Anyway, they go to battle. In damage calculation, I'm going to activate my effect of the Droplet, and yes, this can still trigger in damage calculation. So I still get to special summon the Redbeard, which is pretty cool. Anyway, my field gets wiped, and I go, oh no! And then they go Polymerization, and I'm like, okay, this is more or less fine. I'm going to activate the Maxi, and to be fair, the Maxi doesn't really matter too much here. It's more so the fact that they get a monster onto the field so that I can activate the Booty and actually change its attribute. So they're going to go for the Lunalight Cat Dancer, and activate the effect of the Black Sheep, activate the Kaleido Chick. Kaleido Chick is going to add back the Polymerization. They're going to add off of the Black Sheep. I believe they put back the, Panther Dancer, which is very funny. And I draw the Golden Hair. Again, not really that important. It's more important that I'm able to go Booty here to go for Blackbeard. So Blackbeard into the Moark, because they have a Dark, and then Moark is going to pitch the card off of that. And we're going to grab up the Shipyard. So yeah, pretty good. At this point, the game is more or less over. I drew into Shipyard, which I didn't really need to, because I could have also searched it off of Moark. Here we're going to activate the effect pitching the Whitebeard. I drew for turn. Whitebeard effect in order to go into the Redbeard, and then we're going to activate our Black Eyes here, grabbing back the Bluebeard, and then we're going to special summon the Bluebeard here. And I don't quite have lethal, so I actually just have to go for the Golden Hair here. Golden Hair is going to go into Yord, and at this point the game is over. Like, I have enough damage on the field, especially because Redbeard comes back here. But there's still a lot more that I could do, but my opponent just concedes, realizing, yeah, I have lethal. So, you know, the game. Alright, here we are once again going second, and yeah, of course we drew Maxi. My opponent is going to go for the Pot of Prosperity, and they're going to reveal Lightning Storm, Monster Reborn, Circle of the Fire Kings, Fire King Island. What is happening? Obviously, they grab the Fire King Island here, and then they are going to go and activate Time-Tearing Morganite. What? Yeah, for some reason they're playing this card. Very funny. Anyway, activate the effect of popping Max C in order to grab Arvada, or Garunix. Okay, sure. Anyway, I'm going to activate the Golden Hair to see if this fetches out the negate. It does not, and we will go for the Whitebeard. Whitebeard special summon, again, no negate. I go for the Bran. I'm going to discard one and draw one, and then they just negate with Void Trapple, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, this is, again, why we kept Black Eyes. Also, Void Trapple? Interesting. I draw Harpy's Feather Duster, which is probably the best draw it could have been, because they still haven't utilized the effect of the Arvada. So, yeah, goodbye, and now I get to go for Black Eyes. Black Eyes bring back a guy, and now we can go for the Yord. We're going to pitch the Triple Tack, because I don't think it's going to work. I should have pitched Maxi, realistically, here. I think Triple Tack would have just been a better card in general. Out comes the Yord. We are going to activate the effect of the Yord. We're going to add back the Redbeard. And then we are going to put this card into the Pendulum Zone, activate the Pendulum effect, grab up 2 tokens, and then we're going to normal summon the Redbeard. Link off into our Blackbeard. I'm going to activate the Redbeard because it's funny, and then activate the Blackbeard, which is the one I actually want, and then tag out into the Liss. Realistically, I could have done this after going to battle. It doesn't matter either way. Activate the Liss effect to bring back the Blackbeard. I would have always done this, so it's not really that big of a deal. I'm not missing out on any damage. I'm still always doing 2,000 damage, because this can only activate during the main phase. Also, I drew Droplet, which is, like, pretty nice. Anyway, out comes Time-Tearing Morganite. They are going to go to the battle phase with the Arvada. Because of course they top decked it. So they drew 2 cards off of that Time-Tearing, and yeah, I'm just gonna negate here with the negate the Arvada, and I believe my opponent concedes. No. Anyway, Arvada gets destroyed. I'm gonna tag out as well into the Bran, And, oh no, they do concede there. Yeah, good game. Time's Herring Morganite, but that's a card. Alright, we're back with the deck, and honestly, I hope I was able to give you a basic understanding of how Plunder Patrol works. It's a very interesting deck with a lot of various different ideas to play with. The equipping is very interesting as well. The extra deck tagouts and stuff like that is very fun, and all in all, I do really enjoy this deck, and it's a very good deck as well in the theme Chronicle. As long as you actually know how to play it, that sounds kind of mean, but it's not something that is rewarding unless you actually know how the deck works. Otherwise, it just kind of looks silly, and you're like, I got ashed once and died. You know, so there's that. I think there could be... You could also play this with dangers if you wanted to. For example, if you're not playing triple tech or something like that. And that would also allow you to cut down on some of the other extra deck URs and stuff like that. So it's kind of up to you. But yeah, dangers also work as well. Being able to pitch them or just get another body onto your field for the Blackbeard is a good idea. But this is one of my favorite decks to play in these type of festivals, and this is no exception. So that's going to be it for this episode. I hope that you guys did indeed enjoy it. If you did, like us very much appreciated, and if you want to check out more content like this, then just be sure to subscribe. Anyway, remember to always stay frosty. Bye-bye. Shout out to the Frost Guard, my members. Thank you guys so much for the support, and I hope you enjoy the content.